welcome, man, to the Northwest Georgia football scoreboard. Been a wild first Friday night. Still got some games going on right now, and crazy, huh?
It is crazy. There's been some very interesting games. Got one still. Is it at Cohulla Creek? They're in the third overtime right now. Northwest and Cohulla Creek.
It is at Northwest Whitfield, but yeah, Cohulla Creek.
It is.
Yeah, Cohulla Creek and Northwest Whitfield are at the end of their third overtime right now. Cohulla scored to go up 6 points. I guess Northwest gets a shot at it.
Wow.
Trying to see if we can get some update on that game here. But yeah, there's some surprising scores all around Northwest Georgia, West Georgia tonight. I'm just seeing some of them for the first time myself here. I think the one that stands out the most to me is that Calhoun-Dalton score. I know at one point Dalton was up 21-14 in that game. And Calhoun pulled it out 42-35.
Yeah, that's I was expecting a little more of a stretch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, still in the third overtime at Northwest, 31-25. Northwest getting their shot to, I guess if they score, they have to go for two.
I'm not sure. I don't think I've been in very many 3 overtime games in high school.
Let me get that out of the way right there. Let me hide that duck. Yes, I guess we'll start talking. We'll work our way up Class A up to 6A. I know in Class A tonight, Bowden, the game I was at tonight, man, they look like the number 1 seed in 6A. They were playing without their starting back, Gage Stevens. 7-7 at the halftime. Came out third quarter, man, just went crazy. Scored 27 unanswered points in the third quarter to win 34-14 at Temple.
On the road.
Here goes my man Noah Brown, man. How about Dade County winning 21-12 over Gordon Lee?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Noah. Shout out to the Dade County Wolverines.
Yeah, Noah was one of my favorite guys a couple of years back up there with Dade County. Heck of a lineman up there. Yeah. Fannin County 34-7 over Union. Says tough game with a lot of big hits. I bet. Rival game like that, man.
Yeah, rivalry game. The players we know that was in that game, for sure, you're going to have some big hits.
Yeah, I think Tim Towe is going to come on a little later and give us a little play-by-play, tell us what happened in that game. But it kind of looks like Fannin's back, make a second run at that 7AA title.
That is absolutely what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I saw the Haralson County score come across earlier. I saw Pepperell was actually leading that game 14-0 to start with, and then Haralson outscored them 43-10 down the stretch.
Man,
I saw where Clay Hyatt was. I saw where Clay Hyatt was 2 for 2 with two touchdown passes. Probably threw 2 passes all season.
Hey, when you run, play action is severely successful.
Yeah.
Looks like Villarica 14, Pope 24. That's a little further away than what we're used to, but add Villarica in there. Let's see here. Anything else in single lane?
Who do we have single lane tonight? Bowden, Tryon was off.
Mm-hmm.
Mount Zion put the hammer on Central Talbot tonight, which is not surprising because Central Talbot only scored 28 points all of last year. But I know that they were up 48-0 at halftime.
Oof.
The Armurchie game was canceled. Gordon Lee lost to Dade, which is kind of a surprise. But I know Gordon Lee lost about 16 seniors off last year's team, so
they fared well in the scrimmage last week against Heritage.
Heritage.
That means that bodes well for Gordon Lee.
All right, so we'll hop on over to AA, man. The game you covered tonight. You can tell us about some Adairsville, Chattooga.
Yeah, Adairsville just man, I can only. They had so many possessions, a lot of possessions. Had the pop-up kick going great. I mean, the kid kicks it 20 feet in the air. It probably goes 15 yards, and we either don't catch it or fumble the catch. Or, I mean, I think they did it 3 or 4 times, and it seemed like 2 or 3 times they recovered the onside kick, got extra possessions. Chattooga's defense in the first half had 4 fourth down stops, even though they were turning the ball over. I think Chattooga probably had more than 8 turnovers. I know, probably close to 10 or 12. It was very sloppy. You remove those, I think the game's a lot closer. I mean,
how did Nick Hester look back there?
Still getting used to the game. I think he had 150 or so rushing. One of them was late in the game with a 65-yard run. They didn't have much time on offense, to be honest with you. Not very many possessions.
We got Chris out here, man.
Yeah, Mr. Napier. He was at the big game at Northwest.
Hey, Chris, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? You just missed a classic, an instant classic. It was unbelievable. We had a feeling that this was going to be a tight game. I had a few thoughts that that Coahulla Creek could come here and win this game with that defense of theirs, and they did. It was a little bit sloppy with the extra points. The game could have ended in regulation, but every time Coahulla Creek needed a play to send it to overtime or send it to another overtime, they made it. And so, and the Coahulla Creek fans, they packed the house over here, and they stood up, I think, close to the right after the fourth quarter started there, and they didn't sit down all the way through 3 overtimes, and they are still celebrating back there behind me as I made my way to my car to get out of the madness.
So what was your final there, Chris?
31-25, Coahulla Creek over Northwest.
Oh, wow.
It was unreal. The overtimes just went back and forth. The final overtime, Coahulla Creek started with the football. They scored on a Kinnaman to Baker touchdown. They went for 2, was kind of gutsy. The 2-point failed, and then they just, that defense I've talked about, how tough that defense is. They come out and they just held Northwest to 4 downs, and they just stopped them. I mean, it was, and the crowd went crazy over there. So that was, this was a very exciting game to start the 2021 season off for me. Wow.
Yeah, that has to be the biggest win in Coahulla Creek's history, huh?
This is the biggest win in Coahulla Creek's history. The way I see it, I mean, I know they won their first game ever, but this is up there. This is the first time this school has ever beat a school with a higher classification. Also, this is the first time they've ever scored more than 7 points against Northwest. This is the first win against Northwest. There's a whole bunch of firsts that just happened here, and the Coahulla Creek faithful are still over there celebrating. They know how big this is, and they're they're down on the field. I mean, they're pumped. There's a bunch of excited fans behind me.
Yeah, we can feel the excitement from you. This is had to be an awesome game to cover. I seen one of the polls this week that had Northwest at number 10 in 4A, so I guess you can add that to the list. First time beating a ranked team.
First time beating a ranked team. There's a lot of firsts here for Coahulla Creek. Me and you talked the other day about I was telling you about this Coahulla Creek defense, man, and they held. And they got.
I will say it on the air. Mr. Chris Napier called this. He said it.
I called it.
Coahulla Creek can do it, and they do.
I told several people that they can do it, and that's why I was showing up to this game. I could see this coming with that defense. They're tough. They really limited the passing attack from Northwest. Owen Booker did a lot, but he did it on the ground. And so that was something, people are going to have to watch out for. I said the other day, this defense from Coahulla Creek is going to surprise a lot of people.
How do you think they'll match up with some of the other teams in 6 AAA going forward?
They look tough enough. They could move, move right into that mid pack. I mean, I'm talking they're nipping on, our rankings earlier, they're nipping on Sonorville and Adairsville's heels. So don't look behind you. You guys better keep going.
Yeah.
This is a big win for them. I'm happy for the Colts, man. This is a long time coming for them. They got a big one.
Yeah, so I don't know if you was able to keep track of any of the scores, but we'll see if we can come up with some of the other scores from around AAA. I know Chattooga was beat by Adairsville 35-14.
Yeah, that took off big in the second half for Adairsville there, I saw.
Yeah,
Have
a
you seen
couple
anything on the
onside
model?
kicks, double-digit turnovers for Chattooga. It's not good enough.
Have you seen anything on the model game? A final on that one?
I did.
I-
Sonorville 21, Model 0. 21-0.
All right. I think that was the halftime score as well.
Yeah,
So
that was
not
the
much.
final that I got. I'll double check it.
Yep.
Murray County with the win, 35-34 over Southeast. That sounds like a nail biter too up there.
Southeast,
Yes.
one of those teams showing tons of improvement. I mean, they played Union close in the scrimmage, and now they're 1-point game. That's huge.
Yeah, I've said it for the last couple of years. Six AAA is the funnest teams to follow. You know, I mean, it's wide open.
Yes. It's going to
Especially
be
in
more
that
wide
fourth
open.
Yeah, from 4 to 9. I mean, wide open.
All right, guys. Well, I got to get off here. I got to go make some real money.
All right, Chris, we appreciate it, man.
I'm reporting live from Northwest High School here. Final score: Coahulla Creek 31, Northwest 25. How about that?
How about that?
Awesome, man. We'll see you next time.
Thanks,
All right,
Chris.
appreciate it, guys. We'll see you.
What a game.
That's definitely got to be the upset of the night, huh?
Yeah, I would say that's upset of the year right now.
Cedartown 7-3 over Denmark. I saw where they got a late fourth quarter interception to seal that one. I mean, I know you got some people surprised that, Cedartown was that close, but I mean, that's a 7A school. Christian Heritage, they fought good against Fellowship's top 3 team. Just glancing at some of these scores coming across the bottom here. Woodlands. I think some people may be surprised about that one, but I think, they have a very solid core of seniors coming back, and I think they'll actually compete for that 4th playoff spot there in 4A.
I'm just looking. I'm going through everything here.
5A, yeah, they're in 5A with Calhoun and Cartersville and Blessed Trinity, so they're shooting for that 4th spot. How about that Rome score, man? Rome started out kind of slow in that one. I think I saw after the first quarter it was 2-0 Rome.
I seen the 2-0. I was like, man, somebody must have run backwards.
Yeah, I think I saw the center snapped over somebody's head.
Oh man, yeah, that'll do it.
Then in the second quarter, Reese Fountain and Martell went crazy, man, threw a couple touchdown passes.
Yeah, that just you saying the center snapping over his head. That just reminds me of a game. I think we're at Grady Stadium. I don't even know who we were playing. They play a lot of games down there. It was a Chattooga game back in either late 90s or early 2000s. Guy, a punter, probably standing on his own goal line or 5-yard line, reaches down to pull up his sock. And at that very moment, I snap it clear over his head out of the back of the end zone. What he's been over. And I'm sorry, I don't know what team it was, but I'm sure that punter never forgive that guy for that. Let's see here. I think we got Tim Towe coming on later to talk about the Fannin game. Like you said earlier, it looks like Fannin has put their first foot forward to try to repeat in 7AA. That'll be interesting to see.
Pepperell, and I have to say that Pepperell scoring 24 on Harrelson was pretty good, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that because, I mean, and especially being up 14-0 early. Yeah. That's big. Let's see here. I'm trying to look for any other scores. I had a score earlier for your Unity Christian, but it didn't say they were playing that team that we have listed here.
See if I can pull up any highlights here from any of the games around.
I have Unity Christian over Victory Baptist 60-20.
60-20. I love those 8-man football scores.
Totally different. Got that saved in there now. Have that up. Give Unity a little publicity. You trying to drum up some highlights, you say?
Yeah, trying to scroll through here and see if anybody sent us any highlights. I know I've got some from Adairsville, Chattooga.
Yeah. So do I. There was a couple turnovers there toward the end that sealed the deal. I mean, honestly, I'll just be honest with you. I felt like in the first half, Adairsville moved the ball pretty well. Chattooga's defense went on the field, and then they were back out on the field. I mean, I felt like they played well. I mean, I know they gave up 35 points, and you wouldn't think that they played well, but for what they what you got here? Oh, that's a
pass from Jonathan Go. You know, he's just a sophomore, that quarterback that was playing for Adairsville tonight.
Yeah.
Jonathan Go to Caden Copeland, number 17. You see anything else on there?
As far as highlights, I'm looking for anything that I might not have had. And I had a good many. I had a good many highlights from Chattooga game tonight. If I can get any of them to go here. I got too many.
Oh,
go ahead.
Here goes the interception. Was it that late in the game there?
Sorry, I was looking the other way. That was the final. I believe it was the final touchdown that Adairsville had got on the board. It was a little bit of underneath the receiver there. That one pretty much sealed the deal. It was, I think at the time it was 20 something to 7, I believe. So it was 0-0 at halftime. Adairsville had a couple possessions, like I said, inside Chattooga's 30, probably down to the 20. Had 3 or 4 4-and-outs. And
how many yards do you think LaShawn ended up with tonight?
I could tell you that. I got the measurements right here. This here shows 10 carries for 44 yards. And if you had any late, can add that on, but it wasn't much. I just don't think it wasn't like they were leaning on him the whole time. I feel like that when region play comes, you may see him get some more touches, but Not saying that they didn't want to win this game and use him in this game, but I think they're looking to find some other help at this point.
Here's us a still shot highlight.
Nice.
Christian Heritage, a big defensive end, putting the hammer down on that fellowship quarterback.
Wow, that's a nice one there. Oh, I hate that I have to search for highlights, but it's not a we didn't have a lot of time between getting home and getting here, I guess you'd say.
I've got the Nick Hester touchdown here.
All right. That's the one that I shared up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty
That's
slick
a good fake
play
right
there.
there. Nice. I
Yeah,
think
like
once
I
he
said, go ahead.
Go ahead. I said I think once he gets some games under his belt, man, he's going to be real good back there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the biggest thing right now is reps. They need reps. And the defense really, I'm telling you, the defense was 34. You called that he was going to have a breakout year. If I could cue up some of these highlights he had, there was one possession. He had 3 stops in a row. And
That's Xander Cook?
Yes, sir. Xander Cook. Xander Cook, your man that you called for the breakout player of the year. He was there, and he was making plays today.
Yeah, I know. Seeing him this summer, man, I was real impressed with just the shape he was in, and you could just tell he was ready to play this year.
Yeah, I am searching through the videos to try to find you some Xander Cook, because I mean I'm telling you, he was.
This play from Christian Heritage right here was Daniel. I can't say names. Guile, maybe Guile. But yeah, that's a huge hit right there. I know it's a month away, man, but I'm already counting the days down to the Christian Heritage Darlington game. That's always a good one.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a. I'm looking forward to the regular season, man. It's going to be really good. I mean the regular season, the region play. What am I talking about? Looking forward to region play. It's especially 7 AAA. I think 7 AA is going to be interesting. All the regions could be interesting.
Here's some
Here you
scores.
go. I got you one. I got you one coming up. Mr. Xander Cook. Let's see here if I can.
Let's see my man Xander Cook here. While you're at it, man, we'll throw these scores up there right quick from down in Carroll County, Heard County. Carrollton 49-13 over New Manchester. Heard County 16-12 over South Atlanta. I think South Atlanta won 8 AA or whatever they're in down there last season.
All right, let's see if we can get this. This is hot off the press. Just come off the camera. Here we go.
Whoa.
Yep, wrong one. And I'm going to restart it because you didn't see it. Technical difficulties. There you go. And that's just one of the many plays he made in the backfield. That was on the running back there. And that one didn't seem that impressive, but I don't want to sell him short. But I got so many videos that.
Burdick have any big hits tonight?
Oh, I was about to cue one up. You read my mind. Let me get back to it here. You know, when I think I had like 70 videos tonight. A little bit ridiculous. 0501.
Yeah, I think one of the other surprising scores from AA tonight was Bremen just beating Landmark 14-12, but they got a lot of new pieces on that offense at Bremen, and I think once they gel, they'll be tough to compete with 5AA.
It seems like Bremen has always got the cream of the crop. All right, let's check this one out from you got. Phone jar.
Short of the line of game, though.
I got to see that one again.
Yeah, we'll run that back. That's not the only one. I was watching that game, though, I think, where they recovered it. Anyway, that was another big hit, and he had one that was a scoop and score that was actually called back. He come in from the second level. It looked like 22. Come in from the second level. It was somebody who brought the pain, so you would just guess it was 22. But I'll have to sort through these highlights. I don't know why I didn't separate these out the other day.
How'd that quarterback look for Adairsville tonight? I know it's his first start, his first real start.
Yeah, he's a big, tall guy. I mean, he ran the ball pretty physical when he ran it, and he can throw the ball. They took deep shots. They run the ball with 18. They got a pretty good size offensive line. Defensive line is decent size too. They moved the ball on the ground pretty good against Chattooga.
What'd you think about their linebacking core? I know they got some college prospects back there at linebacker.
You know, you talked about the linebacking core, and I think a couple other people talked about the linebacking core early in the game. I think it was the first play of the game. They handed it off, and the linebacker just crushed the running back right at the line of scrimmage. And I was like, well, that's exactly what they were talking about right there. Because, I mean, it was just typical. But, I mean, honestly, Chattooga ran the ball pretty good. 14 ran the ball a lot. Zayden Perry ran the ball. He had some good runs. And then later on in the game, they substituted a few times. And
we got Tim Towe here with us, man. Let's let him give us a quick update on Fannin and Union.
Yes, sir. We'll throw Tim in there. Oh, sorry, you'd already hit him. There you go.
What's going on, Tim?
Guys, how are we?
Good. Man, tell us about the game.
It's good to have football back, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Fannin County, Union County, the 30th edition of the Border War. The Rebels came away with a 34-7 victory. David Mashburn, Seth Reese done the scoring tonight for Fannin County. Defense played well. The first quarter, there was a lot of penalties for the Rebels, and they actually had a 78-yard touchdown called back. And Coach Cheatham, I'm going to post an interview on the Friday Night Press Box with him, and that's the first thing he mentioned. He said, we still got to clean up penalties. But other than that, he was pretty pleased with the performance by the Rebels, winning 34-7 over rival Union County. So big win to start the season off for Fannin County for sure.
I guess the big question I have is where did Seth play tonight?
Did not play much defense at all, which is a good and a bad thing. He did take a snap at a quarterback and then scored on that on a run. And then he also played running back, played receiver, played every position imaginable on offense besides tackle and guard and center.
Who do you guys have up next?
The Rebels will have Copper Basin out of Tennessee, crosstown rival. First time playing them in a long time.
Yeah, I saw an early score on them from early tonight. I don't know how it finished up, but
they lost to Polk County High School. Polk County won their first game in 21 games after 21-game losing streak.
We had some very interesting scores while he was gone. We had Chris Napier come on He was at Northwest Whitfield, where Northwest was beaten by the Colts of Coahulla Creek in 3 overtimes.
Coahulla Creek won?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Biggest win in the history of the program. First time they beat a ranked team.
Yeah. I mean, I think Northwest was number 10 in a couple of the polls this
I
week.
want to say it's about Coahulla Creek. I know they've got a great coaching staff. I know Vic Grider now is a part of their staff, who used to be the head coach at South Pitt. And I believe there was a lot of rumors about him possibly getting the Dalton job in the offseason, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's the assistant coach there now. But I believe Wilson, the head coach there at Coahulla Creek now, actually played and coached under Grider. I could be wrong. But Coahulla Creek, man, good for them. And I believe their program on the rise, man. I bet they are fired up.
Oh, yeah. He said that Chris said he had to get to his car because they were just still on the field everywhere. They were just going crazy.
Pandemonium, but great for Coahulla Creek.
Yes, sir. I knew you hadn't heard that because the look on your face is like, oh, man.
Wow.
A couple other scores from our region. From Sonoraville, 21, Model nothing. Dade County did beat Gordon Lee. I think it was 21-12.
Yeah.
Let's see. Of course, Chattooga fell to Adairsville, 35-14.
Coosa was off. Gordon Central lost 43-9 to the Woodlands.
Yep.
Woodland
of Cartersville, correct?
Yep. Which is not surprising. I mean, that's 5A, 6A school. So
another kind of surprising score: Calhoun 42, Dalton 35.
Wow,
that was a close one. Big one in single A: Fellowship Christian 31, Christian Heritage 21.
Kind of backtracking here. The Pepperell-Harrelson game was pretty close at halftime, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, actually, but Pepperell jumped out 14-0 to start the game, and then Harrelson went on a 43-10 run.
Wow. So, boys, it's good to hop in here with you.
Yeah, man, thank you.
I'm going to run. I've got a long day tomorrow. Big youth football jamboree. Got about 30 teams in Fannin County coming tomorrow, so I'm gonna get some rest. But good to see y'all, man. It's great to have football back.
Yeah, man. Enjoy it.
Appreciate you coming on.
No, appreciate the invite. Thank y'all.
Well, Lawrence,
see what we got here, man. We got a Harrelson County, man. Dominant win,
huh? Well, I mean, it was. That's Pepperell's been a big team. I'd say it's pretty dominant.
I have to admit, I think them scoring 24 on Harrelson was pretty impressive. And that's a lot more points than I thought they'd put up going in.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would have picked them to score probably maybe 14-20. I didn't think they would get over that, but that's big time.
Who do your boys have next Friday night?
I'm almost certain that we go to Pickens next Friday night. I will double check that.
That'll be a pretty interesting game, man, because with Pickens' game getting canceled this week, that'll be Grant Myers' first game as a head coach.
Yes, sir.
Now the Pickens guys are ready to play, man, because they had a pretty good preseason scrimmage.
That's what worries you, because they're being cooped up for a whole week and then playing at home. We're traveling to Pickens.
Yeah,
and
I know they tried their best. I know they tried their best to get a replacement game today, man. They were fired up and ready to go, but
a little bit of a revenge game too, because I think Chattooga beat them at home last year in a tale of two halves. I think it was 28-0 first half, and then 14-0 Pickens the second half. So it's 28-14 was the final. They shut us down in the second half. I remember that vividly.
Yeah, we'll keep these scores up here, man, for anybody who jumps in late.
I got you another.
Try to see if I can get that Central Talbot final. Central Talbot, Mount Zion.
Got you another highlight right here, just to feed your Cook fandom.
Yeah, my Cook fandom. Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, he had a drive where he had about 3 of those straight. The quarterback is like, somebody block 34, please.
Final score in the Mount Zion game was 48-14. Mount Zion 48, Central Talbotton 14.
Mount Zion Eagles.
Yeah, I think Mount Zion is going to be hard to contend with there in 6A. It's going to be between them.
That gives you a couple of different teams that could get the job done in 6A. I mean, I seen Trine the other day against Cherokee County. Man, they're just methodical. They're not gonna make mistakes. They're gonna get positive yards. And they're gonna surprise some folks.
Yeah, I tell you the one thing I noticed about Bowden tonight, man, seeing them in person for the first time, is how big they are. Right? They're a lot bigger in person than they are on film, and they're top back Gage Stevens. And you got tons of D1 offers. He was out tonight. They started a freshman back there that looked real good.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be tough to beat.
That's going to be we were talking about 6 AAA and all those regions. That's going to be a tough region too, in my mind.
It's a big rivalry game right here, man. Dade County traveling over the mountain next week to North Sand Mountain.
Oh man, I'm not familiar with what North Sand Mountain's got, but they normally have a winning program.
I know the fans up there in Trenton are excited about that team, man. Coach Poston's got everybody excited up there.
Man, I just love how Coach Poston, I'm pretty sure he's a Dade guy originally. And, man, that's just – I love when you got your hometown guys because there's so much passion. They want to do everything they can for the school.
Yeah, I can tell on Twitter, man. He's passionate about every sport up there. He's always posting every program and Dade County to the core for sure.
Oh yeah, basketball, volleyball, softball. Every sport. Cheerleading, anything. Sorry if I left you out. I don't think they have water polo, or he'd have the water polo on the Twitter.
Big comeback by Haralson County tonight. So proud of the Rebels. Relentless.
Relentless. That's a good word.
That's another coach that's done a great job. Coach Peavy down at Haralson, man. I remember, last 30 years, Haralson has been like the laughing stock of football around here. They're 0-10 every year. You went down to Haralson, you came back with a win. They're looking, 4 straight years to the playoffs?
Yeah, it's not the laughing stock anymore.
No.
Difficult to get a win at home or on the road against them now.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that Trine game next Friday night, man. I'm going to be up there in Trine. The first game I've seen in Trine in 20 years. And
really?
Yeah. We got Chris Moore here with us, man. He's going to tell us about Temple.
All right. Let's hear from Chris.
Hey, Chris, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
We can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think you.
Hello.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, I got you. Hey, but before I ask you about before I ask you about Temple, man, I'm gonna ask you about your son. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay,
He's
yeah,
fine.
I saw him get hurt there in the third quarter.
Yeah, he was cramping up mostly.
I saw him grab for that knee, man. I got worried,
Yeah, I did too.
Well, tell us your thought on Temple tonight.
I thought, especially the first half, I thought they hung with Bowden tough, and what really hurt them was not being able to take advantage of In the first half, I think they got down to like the 30-yard line, and then they got those two what was it, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Mm-hmm.
That really killed the momentum when that happened, because they would have been up 14-0 if they would have, which I think they would have scored on that drive. So that really hurt.
I'll tell you the play I think turned the game was right in the third quarter. They started the ball. They started on the 20. They had the 80-yard touchdown pass.
Yep.
Kid was wide open.
Yep.
You know, and he changed hands, I think.
Yeah.
He dropped the ball.
Yeah, I think he hit his hip. The ball hit his hip, and he dropped it, and
then Bowden scores 85-yard touchdown on the very next play.
Yeah, and then once that happened, to me it seemed like once he dropped that pass, and I think he dropped like maybe one or two more passes. It's kind of like the other receivers start dropping passes too. So I think it kind of snowballed from that point, you know.
Yeah, I felt bad for him, man, because I thought he played a great game on offense and defense at that point. He was making tackles left and right. Wicker, right? Isn't that his name?
Yeah,
Wicker?
Yeah, Shamar Wicker. And the thing about him is he likes basketball more than football. He really doesn't even like football, but you know, all his friends want him to come out there. He's one of those kids that's really such a great player that, you know, but he really doesn't like football.
I'll tell you the thing I like too is you know, after he dropped that touchdown, Cam Vaughn coming over to the bench and putting his arm around him, man. Cam wouldn't let him put his head down, you know. Right,
exactly. And I talked to him after the game. I told him, hey man, just keep your head up. You know, you're gonna make plays. You had a great game on defense, like you said, and just want him to stay positive and not keep his head down, you know.
Yeah, and it doesn't show up in the scoreboard, man, but Cam Vaughn played a heck of a game. He probably had 3 or 4 touchdown passes dropped.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to admit, coming into the season, I thought he was an athlete playing quarterback. But after seeing him tonight, he's a quarterback that happens to be an athlete.
Yeah, he's definitely a quarterback because, you know, he during the offseason, I think him and Malachi Apples were on the same 7-on-7 team also. So he's been working hard in the offseason, and he actually ran track this past last school year. He ran track, and I can tell you this, he's gotten a lot faster since last year.
I was about to say, I think he's gotten bigger too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's gotten a little bit bigger. I think he might have got a little taller too.
Yeah, I figure that staff down there, they'll have them kids working on catching them passes for the years over. They'll be deadly, you know?
Yeah. What really hurt us tonight was self-inflicted penalties and, you know, unsportsmanlike conduct. You can't do that against a good team like Bowden. It'll end up hurting you bad.
Yeah. I stopped counting at one time. I know you guys had about 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah,
early. You know?
I stopped counting too. And after the game, Coach Ward, he was frustrated, and I told him, look, Coach, it's gonna be all right. You get that cleaned up, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, Chris, we appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah,
who
no problem.
Next week, Chris.
Sir?
I said, who do they got next week?
We got Villarica next week.
Gotcha.
That's going to be a tough one.
Always.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's actually one of my first trips to Carroll County down there to watch a game, and I was surprised at how close those towns are down there, man. Y'all like Villarica, Temple, Bremen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just walk from one right to the other.
Yeah, they're very close, and Bowden is only like 25 minutes from Temple.
So these kids play against each other all their life, huh? They know each other.
Right. And that Villarica game, it's going to be a big game for a lot of these kids in Villarica and Temple next week. So I'm interested to see what happens because, you know, Villarica, they played Hope tonight. And I think they end up losing 24-14.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's going to be a good one.
I agree.
All right, Chris, thanks for coming on, man. You can come back any week you want, man.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, guy.
All right.
Yeah, man, that's a heck of a game down there. And like I said, you got me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, man, that Cam Vaughn, that quarterback for Temple, probably one of the best quarterbacks I've seen over the last few years. The kid can gun it, man.
Nice.
But like I said, he had 3 or 4 balls that were deep balls that kids just dropped. Hit him right in the chest.
I just thought about it. I've been showing highlights from Chattooga, Adairsville, and I don't think I've showed but one Adairsville highlight. And one guy that I don't really know his name because I didn't look up their roster, but number 18 for Adairsville. Here's a nice little pitch and catch. And what is it? Excuse me.
That's another Chattooga Indian highlight, man.
I know. Damn.
You just hit the delete when you had a Adairsville one. Delete.
No, I did not hit delete. No, don't believe that. Lawrence is telling lies. No, it was a good play. It was it actually highlighted the quarterback too because he made a good throw on the he was kind of on the run, kind of falling back. Anyway, I have lost it into the abyss. So
we got a comment here, man. This is my favorite up and coming sports reporter in Northwest Georgia, Logan Maddox. Man, he's a heck of a guy. He's doing Paulding County football this year, man. He covers Cedartown. He's all over it with the voice of West Georgia.
Gotcha.
Awesome dude, man. He won our pick'em contest last year, so I always give him a hard time. I gave him a hard time about not picking Fannin this week, and there he is. I missed that Fannin pick just by a little bit, he says.
Says he's now a believer.
Now a believer.
Oh, I'm a believer. I just, just like any big time program over the last few years, like I know Calhoun when they was in AA and in Darlington, it's not rebuild, it's just reload.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm a little bit surprised by it. I thought the game would be a lot closer, and I thought maybe Fannin lost too much to compete again, really. But I mean, they look like the Fannin County of 2020.
Yeah, I think they'll be tough to beat. I mean, I'm gonna stick with my. I'm gonna stick with my Pepperell pick, but I don't know if I want to do that by the end of the year.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, 24 points against Harrelson. Both were equally as impressive to me. The Fannin win and scoring 24 on Harrelson in the loss.
Yeah, I think those are your top two teams in 7AA for sure right now at this point. And
I think anybody that that knows anything about 7AA would say that as well. So
I do have to say, man, I'm proud of my Dade County fellas. They're gonna make me a believer. They're gonna get that number 4 spot for me, so I don't look so bad this year.
You picked them at 4, and I was on the fence with them. I wanted to. Can't go against my picks now though.
Model still has that defense, man. I think once they get that offense figured out, dude, that defense is stout.
I think Model is in a similar shape as a lot of teams right now. Just so many new people, just trying to figure out. I mean, just think about it. The center exchange. I mean, it's not like you got a guy that's been doing it for 3 years. I mean, they may have only had 500 snaps. So I mean, there's a lot of things that's fresh. Reminds me of kind of Chattooga's offense right now. It's just in the development stages.
That number 18 for Adairsville is Chris Roper, man. He's going to be a heck of a player next year.
I wish I could find that highlight.
He's just a junior.
Yeah, and he had some great plays. I'll find it, and I will. And I just found it. Look at that. I just found it.
I'm sure it's like this at a lot of schools, but one of the things I noticed about the Adairsville roster is a lot of the kids a lot of the players are kids of the coaches, A lot of coaches' sons on that team. Chris is one of them. I think Benton got stuck on us over there. Benton, you there? Somebody want to know how did Rome look against Rockmart tonight? I saw a score earlier, man. It was 2-0 after the first quarter, and I was kind of worried about Rome, but they got it together in the second quarter and connected on a couple of long touchdowns, and I think it was 23-0 at halftime. And see if we get Benton back in here. Hey, man, you back?
Yeah, I think I lost connection for some reason or another.
Just froze up on us.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Charter a bill for that.
Yeah.
I was actually pulling the file up, and I heard what you was talking about there, but I was pulling the file up for number 18, the Roper kid, and it was really his play. This is a good throw on the
they moved.
kind of falling back from 15.
He about to drop
Fingertip catch.
But now he's still.
I couldn't tell if it was it buffering on your end?
Yeah.
That's sorry. Sometimes
they moved.
He
About to drop that. But now he's still.
Yeah, you can hear me in the background. I thought,
get that commentary going back there, huh?
Yeah, I have to mute it sometimes, but it seemed like to me that they were right on the borderline edge of multiple people moving in the backfield, but running back sling
play right there,
We'll give him that.
Yeah. The quarterback's a big kid, huh?
He is a big kid, and he made some physical runs too throughout the night. I believe he's gonna be a good one. One that you said he's a junior. Is that what you said?
No, he's a sophomore.
Wow, big arm. We've had tons of comments over here.
Yeah, everybody want to know how Rome looked. Like I said, I just saw the scores. I don't know how they looked, but they were up 23-0 at halftime.
So is there any score? Do we have any scores that we didn't get? I know we didn't mention Cass and Dawson County. Cass won 27-19. So we got Cedartown, Denmark. You got something
here
for us?
Got one here. The final of the Coahulla Creek Northwest.
Oh,
last play
man,
of the game.
we got a video. Let's see it. Run that back.
I'll put the sound on for that one, man. We want to hear that, huh?
Was it raining there?
Yeah, it's pouring down rain when I pulled up tonight here. Look at that.
Wow.
That's the kind of win that can change the whole program right there,
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, jeez. Chris was right. It's pandemonium over there. They're going wild. Thanks for the highlight. What was that, Chris Williams?
Chris Williams.
Hey, keep us updated with Coahulla Creek. That's it's going to be an interesting ride this year. I think they're going to get some more.
See, Wilson said it wasn't raining, man. He said it was just a wet field from raining the past few days. I drove 45 miles back from Temple tonight, dry. I pull up in my subdivision, pouring down rain, monsoon.
Yeah, I hadn't seen any rain. That's good. That's good for golfing conditions in the morning.
Get them greens nice and soft, huh?
Yeah, they normally keep them pretty soft. They roll fast though. Yeah, that was let's see, it was kind of a light schedule today. It was kind of I think next week you're going to have just about everybody playing. It's kind of I don't know if they consider this week 0, but I guess we considered it week 1. But there's teams like Central Carroll, Trine, a bunch of teams off this week, and then there were some cancellations, which we don't want to talk about why they were canceled. We all probably know already, but hopefully those people can move forward and get back on the field, and we'll be
hopefully everything improves this week, and we don't have any more of those this year. I'm tired.
Yeah,
of those.
I agree. I hate to even bring it up because it's just
We got one all already next Friday. Heritage and Ringgold's been canceled.
Yeah, man, that stinks. Is that? I mean, that's
a rivalry game. That's one that.
I mean, they could throw rocks at each other. They're so close. I mean, they border each other, do they not?
Yep.
Ringo's the school that's been there, and then Heritage is the new blood.
Yep.
And
I got a feeling the Tigers are looking forward to that game this year, man, because they're loaded.
That's what I was going to say. They have a bunch of veteran members. They're loaded.
Yeah, I think they've beaten Heritage once in like 18 tries, and I think this is going to be the year that they were going to get that second one, but canceled already.
That's wild that with a school that's relatively new like Heritage that they would have that many wins. Guess they started out winning ball games.
See, Wilson said, could they technically play the game next Saturday or next Monday? I mean, they could. I mean, if they wanted to, but that's up to the schools that are involved. And
I don't see Saturday being that big of an issue. I mean, you lose one day. Monday probably not going to happen unless it was a region game you had to. I know last year it puts everybody in a difficult situation, but last year I think Chattooga played like 4 games in 20 days or something like that.
Yeah.
4 or 5 games.
I hated it for the kids last year, man. But I loved it for us because you had games on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been talking about the official shortage, and they might have to play games on Thursday and Saturday and Friday. And I'm thinking that may not be the worst thing. I mean, the officials are going to make a little bit more money, and we're going to see more football.
Yep.
Live football, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to glance at the schedule next week, man. Is there anything that you've seen that you're really looking forward to? Is there any games that stand out?
I hadn't really looked at the schedule next week neither. But I will tell you this. I'm looking forward as a Chattooga rider here. I'm looking forward to going to Jasper over there to Pickens County. I've never been over there, and everybody talks like it's real nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I went year 4 last and watched them play Lafayette. I tell you the best thing about Pickens County Stadium, they have pound cake in the concession stand.
Pound cake?
Pound cake. You can get you a piece of pound cake. And
they got any strawberries to go on top?
I don't know. Probably, man. It's some good stuff, though.
I'm not a cake guy myself. You wouldn't look at me and know that, but.
Jesse Pulley, Ridgeland Dalton next week. That should be a good one.
Yeah. I think I'd take the Catamounts in that one.
Especially after the way they played tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was – let's see. I'm pulling up the area schedule here. And I'm getting commercials and all kind of stuff.
Let's see. What about the Haralson County game? Who won? Haralson won 43-24. Pepperell jumped out to a 14-0 lead to start the game. Haralson County came back 43-10 run and put them away in the end. Haralson's going to be tough this year.
I agree. I think Haralson's going to be a tough game. So you got looking here at some of the single A public games. You got LFO at Gordon Lee. That ought to be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm showing Bremen Bowden.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
That's a big one.
Especially the way Bowden played tonight.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Creekside Christian, but they have Mount Zion. Armurchie's scheduled Towns County.
That'd be a good game.
Yep. Coosa is at Trine, and I think you said you'll be at that game.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah, I think we're going to find a lot out about Coosa week 1.
Yeah, especially with both of them being off this Friday, man. That's our first look at both of them. And
yeah, Coosa's one of those teams that I don't know a lot about. Do you know anything about Coosa?
I don't know hardly anything at all. I know they got a big offensive line, and that's about it.
I got Darlington as looks like they're hosting Lakeview Academy. Let's flip through here. 7 AA. AA here. Let's see the 27th. You got Gordon Central at Northwest Whitfield.
That might actually be a pretty good game, huh?
Yeah, it could be. Could be. I'd go probably Northwest in that. Lafayette and Model. Lafayette is another one of those teams. I got some friends up from Lafayette. Actually, I work in Lafayette. But talked to some guys up there. They're waiting on their offense to come around. They played a close scrimmage game against Ridgeland not too long ago. Lafayette and Model, I think that could be a good
Model
game.
is probably not the team you want to play, though, if you want your offense to come around.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm just saying, it could be a close game.
Yeah,
it could be a good one. I totally agree with what you say there.
So you got Chris here. Chris says, what game should I go to next week, man? It better be as good as the one I was tonight. Trust me, Chris, you're not going to get one like you had tonight.
I was about to say, we can go through – I know you want to go to 6 AAA, and we'll go through those games, but I don't think we're picking you one that's going to be as good as that.
Yeah, that sucks that you got that one done the first week of the season because now it's just downhill from there.
Looking forward to something that good.
Yeah.
I got Copper Basin and Fannin County, Coosa and Trine. This is just 7 AA. Pepperell has Heard County.
That'll be a good game.
That'll be interesting. The aforementioned Dade and North Sand Mountain, and Chattooga's on the road at Pickens. And switching on to AAA. I'm in the wrong region. I mean, it's 6 AAA, correct?
Correct.
And I got Southeast Whitfield at Coahulla Creek. Go back to Coahulla Creek, Chris. It could be an interesting one there. Now, I see Cass and Adairsville down here, too. That could be an interesting one. You might could check that one out. See the Tigers next week. Lakeview and Gordon Lee. I think we talked about that one earlier in the single A, and that'll be a good one. Let's see here. 4A.
I think the game that stands out to me in that one is that Coahulla Creek Southeast Whitfield. If Coahulla Creek wins that, I wonder if they've started the season 2-0 before.
I don't know.
I know they're a fairly new school, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever started 2-0. So you say the Ringo and Heritage has been canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Only other games you got in, so you got Gordon Central, Northwest, Chapel Hill and Central, Ridgeland, Dalton, and Rockmart, Cedartown.
Oh, yeah.
You could go to that one, Chris.
Yeah. But that one might make it 3 overtimes.
Yeah, that could be an interesting one, especially with the low score from Cedartown. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be a low scoring game next week, but
I'll tell you what, though, if you haven't been to a Rockmart Cedartown game, that's one thing you need to put on your bucket list, man, because that's probably the best game I've been to in Northwest Georgia the last 4 years. Packed out, it's crazy.
And jumping down to 5A. We've already said the Cass and Adairsville. How about McCauley, Tennessee, and Calhoun?
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
I think McCauley won that last year. West Forsyth, which I believe West Forsyth was one of the teams in the Corky Kale, has got Cartersville next week. Cartersville had a big win tonight, 55-0. Hiram and Paulding County. I hadn't heard anything about Hiram, the Hornets, yet this year. I've never been to Hiram Stadium, but
I haven't either.
I'm going to go one day. I've always said I just like that name. I don't know why. Hiram. That just sounds good.
Hiram. That's going to be a shootout this year, though, between them and Woodland and Cass for that 4th spot in 5A.
Yeah. It seems like we're saying that about every region, man. It seems like there's three to 5 teams in every region that could, depending on the size of the region, obviously, that could get in that 4th spot and make the playoffs. And that's awesome to have such parity.
Yeah.
In the regions. See, when you get on to the big boys up here at 6A, who do we cover in 6A? Let's see.
Rome and Dalton. We know Dalton is at home versus Ridgeland. Then we got the Rome Wolves. Are they off next week? Are they?
I'm looking. What region is Rome in? I mean, they've changed regions so many times.
Is it 6A?
I was looking at 6A, and let's see here. Rome. I don't see Rome. I see Allatoona, Langston Hughes,
What about 7 6A? 5 6A?
I don't know. Yeah, I think they're in one of those. I think it's different. There we go. There's 6A. That's got Dalton. Hold on.
Yeah, Dalton, Carrollton, Rome.
Dalton, Ridgeland, Noonan, and Carrollton is what I have. Noonan.
What about Rome? Are they playing?
I don't see a Rome. See a Rome.
They must be off.
I will direct search them though, because that won't take but just a second.
Here's a not in our coverage area, but we'll show it. North Cobb Christian 24, St. Francis 14 final. It says St. Francis started 11 freshmen.
Wow.
That's pretty good, man, because North Cobb's a heck of a team.
Yeah.
Here's somebody doing some research for us. C. Wilson says Coahulla has never started 2-0.
Never.
So next week, if they can beat Southeast next week, history books.
Yeah, I mean, add to the history books. I mean, you already got so much to add tonight. I'm looking at Rome being off next week, and then they will be challenged big time. Not saying they wasn't challenged tonight. They'll be at home against Cherokee, which I believe they're one of the teams in the Corky Kell. They are loaded. Cherokee is – they beat Mays 52-6 in the Corky Kell. They were –
Check out who Rome's got the week after that, though, man. You talk about being challenged. I think the number one team in the country.
Oh, goodness. Let me look down the schedule. Collins Hill. Wow. Have you ever been to that high school?
I've been by it. I haven't been to a game.
What do they got, like 10,000 kids at that school?
At least 10,000.
I think it's about 3,500 for real. I mean, that's just I mean, how many people do they have on the team? Is there a limit to?
I'd say you can't go over 100, right? I mean,
I guess you could, as long as you didn't have people on the field at the same time that wore the same numbers. You know.
Right. I'll tell you what, though, you got to be a special kid if you play on a team with 100 players, because you're never going to see the field, unless you're a starter.
Well, I would imagine you probably have like a bunch of teams. You probably got like the varsity team, then you got your JV team, and then you probably got a 10th grade team, and then maybe a 9th grade team. You have to do things like that. Otherwise, you're just going to not play. I know we hadn't really talked about individual performances, but has there been any standouts that you've seen come across individual performances from the night, yardage or anything otherwise?
Well, I know the guy from the game that I went to tonight, the first Northwest Georgia Game of the Week, Player of the Week, Tanner Langley for Bowden. He had an 85-yard touchdown reception, and he scored on a touchdown run. Yeah.
I mean, I'll throw this out there. You were talking about the Adairsville quarterback at the game I was at. I've got 14 of 18 for 2 touchdowns and 211 yards passing. That's the stats that I had sent to me. Rushing-wise, Adairsville rushed 33 times for 106, and that was toward late in the game, so they might have had some extra yards late, but 3.2 a carry. 50-something plays, nearly 60 plays on offense, compared to 30-something for Chattooga.
I'll pull up this right quick here, man. Guy sent from Woodlands. This kid right here just started playing football last year before last. Big Jarvis Hicks. Can't really see it right there, but yeah, he's.
Oh, I got you. I seen that come across. Yeah, that's a big guy.
Yeah. He's worked hard. Went to a lot of camps this summer. I mean, he has a real bright future. Great kid, great family.
Whoa. Check out this play. This is not in our coverage area either, but I'm not even sure how to even. I haven't done it yet. I don't know how to
To share the screen or whatever.
Yeah, I think I can share the screen here and blow it up, and I'll show you. Can you see my screen?
Yep, got it.
Watch this play. Sounds like the stadium is just lit.
Yeah.
Nice return there, and going back and reading, punt return by Jaden J. Money Lewis. This is over in Alabama at Anniston High School. Anyway, I just saw it come across, and it was a good play. That's definitely out of the coverage area, but.
I just got a text on some stats tonight. Caden Cooper, man, his first start for Dade County. He had 157 yards on 21 carries and scored twice.
That's the quarterback, right?
Yeah, big quarterback.
6 foot plus with 120 something yards.
157 on 21 carries. That's about 7.5 yards a carry. A couple of touchdowns.
I didn't think they'd be running a quarterback, but I mean,
I didn't either. I thought he was going to be a passer like the one last year. I thought he's going to sit back in the pocket and throw the ball to him. Two big wide receivers he's got. Oh, he said Caden's a running back. Caden is actually playing running back.
Okay, so who's I thought
Brody Cooper is the quarterback. Brody Cooper is the quarterback.
I knew there was another Cooper.
Yeah, Brody Cooper quarterback. Caden running back.
Gotcha. I knew there was another
Brother Ken? Brothers? Cousin?
Somebody's got to chime in and let us know.
Yeah. I don't
We
think
need to we'll work on in the future trying to get some more people lined up. I know we've had Tim and Chris and the other Chris, and I'm sure they'll stop back by. But, if you want to join us, you can use your cell phone just like Chris did, just like Tim did.
Yeah.
If you got a great game you're at or some footage you want to show us, definitely at Northwest Georgia football up in the top corner up here.
Well, like I said, man, we're fans for fans. You don't have to be a pro because we sure aren't. You just come on and we'll talk. I mean, Benton's in a spaceship right now. You see that background?
Yeah, I'm in a spaceship, and then, the last show I was on, I'll show you a little quick edit. This one Lawrence is going to love.
Look at that.
Now I'm in Sanford Stadium.
Look at that.
I'm just going to grab some hedges over here.
Teleporting everywhere.
Yeah, check out the locker room later.
I'm kind of hoping some cheerleaders walk back behind you. Are they?
It's freshly painted. There might be some cheerleaders back there. Yeah, the green screen is it's a fun thing to play with.
Caden Cooper and Brody Cooper are not related.
Not related.
You're at the Hyatt. You're at the Hyatt now, huh?
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm sitting here in this prison cell, this white wall, and you're in the Hyatt.
Yeah. I mean, that piano over there, that thing wasn't cheap.
Here's Chris, man. He's wanting to know if anybody saw Westlake tonight. Westlake and Archer on Thursday night. Westlake has some dudes on their front seven. Yeah. I've heard from quite a few people, man, that Westlake is the team to beat this year.
Really? I think I don't know much about Archer and Westlake, but I know that there are so many players in the state of Georgia. It's just crazy. I mean, I wonder if there's numbers on like how many players go to college in the state of Georgia to all these different schools. I mean, NAIA, Division III. I wonder if there's like total numbers. I guarantee it's hundreds, maybe thousands.
Hey, how about order me a bottle of Dom Perignon while you're over there, man?
Dom Perignon?
Yeah.
Hey, man. You see that wood door over in the corner? When they knock on
Dom Perignon.
Man, I was at Fox earlier, and they got me I got a little background. You know, I got this TV over here that shows highlights.
Is that Fox or a strip club?
No, man.
No, okay.
No, we're G-rated. I don't know. I don't know if it's Fox. I don't know. I don't really care for the.
I just had somebody send me some stats, man. I just had somebody send me some stats from the Gordon Lee Day game.
Let's hear it.
Total offense for Gordon Lee, 80 yards. Dade County, 311.
80 yards?
80 yards. Dade County held Gordon Lee to 80 yards, and that was the team that was putting up 42 points a game last season.
I seen Gordon Lee get 80 yards on a drive against Heritage the other day. Mm-hmm. That is huge.
Dade held him to 63 yards rushing on 38 carries.
Look, whoever this person is giving you these stats, you need to text back and say, how many tackles did Cody Williams have? Because I guarantee it's double digits.
Yeah, I was looking for some defensive stats on here, but it's just the offensive stats.
Yeah, I'm excited more about the defense and the offense right now. I think the offensive stats will come around.
I tell you, I think it's pretty impressive looking at these stats. So going into the season, I thought Dade was going to be a primarily passing offense after last year.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks like they've adjusted to the personnel they have. They only threw the ball 6 times tonight for 57 yards.
Such a different team.
Yeah, rushed 40 times for 254 yards.
Who had most besides the quarterback? Who had the bulk of the carries?
Well, the quarterback wasn't the one carrying the ball. It was Caden Cooper.
Oh yeah,
running back.
The running back Cooper. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Besides him. I don't know if they were speed sweeping it. Every now and then they'll get Swader on a speed sweep or one of those guys.
I'll tell you who scored both touchdowns for Gordon Lee tonight, though, was number 2, Nate Dunfrey.
Number 2.
You said you saw him last week, right? Running the ball pretty good.
Yeah. He got to the second level and he was gone.
He had a 79-yard kickoff return to start the game.
Wow.
Then he scored on a 5-yard touchdown in the second quarter. Score was 21-12 at halftime, man, so there wasn't much going on in the second half.
That was the exact opposite of the game I was at. 0-0 at halftime and 35-14 the final.
I know one thing looking at these stats that Dade does have to work on, which I'm sure the coaching staff already knows, and they're working on it. 9 penalties for 95 yards.
Yeah,
trust me, I saw more penalties than that tonight in Temple Bowden in the first quarter.
The penalties wasn't really the issue in the game that I was at. It was just handing the other team the ball, man. Tell me how many times you've seen a team win with more than 10 turnovers.
More than 10 turnovers?
Yeah.
0. Zilch.
That's exactly what I've seen tonight. And I'm not talking bad about them because I guarantee you they'll be working on that, but you just can't do it. Especially expect your defense to keep standing up and keep you in the game, which they did for 2.5 quarters.
Here goes what's y'all's pick on Rock Martin Cedartown? Everybody chime in.
Rock Martin Cedartown. I'm sure we'll talk about that on Friday Night Press Box this week. Tune in Friday Night Press Box. Tim Tow's the head man on it. Team FYN Sports.
If I had to guess right now, if you put me on the spot right now, I'd have to go with the Bulldogs. I know Rock Mart's got a lot of talented athletes this year, man, but they're young. And
where's the game?
I think it's in Cedartown. Just got a text from Dade. Other than Caden Cooper running the ball, it was Cody Williams.
Oh.
Cody's the man up there, huh?
I was going to say, we know that he'll come up and tackle you. So now he's going to be trying to run you over. Sounds good. Sounds like a recipe for success. 1-0. Looking for them North Sand Mountain. What are they? The Bison? I don't know.
Yeah, the Bison.
Excuse me if I'm wrong, but that'll be an interesting game. Yeah. I'm proud for Dade. Dade is one of those teams that's going to battle for that playoff spot we talked about. What you got there?
I don't know if this is the dudes himself here. Fellas
Yes,
from Rome,
sir.
young fellas, man.
Yeah, I mean you can tell on their face they're young fellas.
That's the scary thing about Rome, you know. Sophomore, juniors, freshmen out there getting it done.
Yeah, where do these guys come from? I mean, I know why they're going to Rome. Have you seen their facilities lately? I mean, they got the turf field, they got the jumbotron, they got the classic Barron Stadium, they got the indoor practice facility. I mean, come on.
Somebody said the Cedartown starting quarterback got hurt last play before the half, so hopefully he's better and back full strength next week. You know, I hate to see teams play big games like that with some guys down, you know, because they always want to use that as an excuse.
Do we have anybody starting region play next week?
Not next week. I think the week after 6 AAA, you know, with the 9 teams that they'll start.
2 non-region games.
Yeah, where you got something, you know, like 7 AA, they play how many? 5, 6?
6. Yeah.
How many teams are in the region? 6 teams?
There's 7 teams. You play 6 games.
6 games, yeah. So, I mean, the first 4 weeks, they're just getting warmed up.
Yeah. And if you look across people's schedules, we're playing big teams. I mean, Gordon Central had Woodland. What is that, 5A?
Yeah.
You know, we played Adairsville. Then we got Pickens. Then Northwest, which, you know, by the time they see us, they'll be pissed because they lost to Coahulla Creek. So,
yeah.
And then it sets up good for Pickens next week for them to be pissed because they didn't get to play this week. So, wait, can I say that? Sorry.
Pissed.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah, I think this is a PG-13 rated show.
Yeah, well, I apologize if I offended anybody.
Peed, I think is a word you can use. Peed.
I like it. I don't know how to do the blurt out. I don't think we have that option. Anything else you can think of tonight, brother?
No, not right off the top of my head, man. I'm just ready for week number 2 now. We have to wait another week for the games, man.
I know.
I'm ready to get up there and see what these Trine Bulldogs are all about. You know, I keep hearing about Trine, and I want to go up there and see it with my eyes.
Yeah, if you hadn't been to a game in 20 years, you'll have some fun up there.
Especially Coos and Trine, man, because I know they had a heck of a game last year. I think it went down to the wire, and I think they scored about 90 points total. And
yeah, Trine. There's one thing you can say about Trine. The fans will be in the stands to support Trine Bulldogs. You know, I grew up at Chattooga, which is, you know, bordering. I live in Menlo, which is not even in either town, but I grew up in Indian, and you know, they hadn't played football since 1971 for a reason. It's a little bit of animosity, but we always played in rec league, and it was, you know, back and forth. But I wish Trine success. I hope. I mean, you know, I got a buddy that has some kids that played at Trine, and half my family, you know, either went to Trine or has kids that went to Trine. So I hope they win the region, man. It'll be fun to see. I hope they go deep in the playoffs, and then if Chattooga's not there, I'll go watch Trine play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, all right, man. We'll try it again next Friday night. Like I said, if anybody wants to chime in, it's easy to do. We'll just send you an email link, and you can hop on the show and talk for a couple of minutes.
I can send it via text, Facebook, whatever. You know, send me a message. I can send it on my phone. Super easy. You just type in what you want to be called and keep it PG-13 rated, unlike me.
And you don't actually have to be on camera. You can be off camera. I think it'll do just audio only.
Yeah, if you you hadn't fixed your hair, or you're not wearing a hat, something like that, then you.
That's the only requirement. That's the only requirement we have, though. If you're on camera, man, you got to have your shirt on, shirt and shoes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if we even know about your shoes, but
yeah. If we do, then we're probably gonna hit the delete button right quick.
Yeah. Well, we can screen them before they get on there. You'll never make the show if you don't have your shirt on. Yeah. Yeah, join us. I mean, hey, we're going to keep adding every week. Next week, I'll be on the road to Pickens, and you'll be closer to home. So you'll probably get the show started up, figure out how we're going to do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably from here on out, I mean, whoever gets here first, we'll just go on solo, and whoever wants to jump in can jump in, and then when you get here, we'll take off, you know?
Yeah, I'll just have to because it's going to be, I mean, Pickens is going to be a trip. So unless it's a quick game, which I'm not sure of, I'll try to figure something out.
All right, man. We'll see you next Friday.
All right. I appreciate it.
All right,
see y'all next week.